All right. So anyway, Matthew 11 is coming to me, coming to me, coming to me. I didn't even know the number or chapter of that verse. It just the verse kept coming to me. Then I looked it up. That's when I figured out it's Matthew 11. So anyway, and I've experienced God before. That's why I can say there is a God. I don't know where he's at, what he's doing. I guess he's sitting in heaven or whatever. But it's just when God exposes himself to you, makes himself known and real to you, it's a life changer. You'll never go back. You might go back to your old ways, like the Bible talks about a dog returning to his vomit, but you're going to be miserable. You'll not be comfortable living in sin when God exposes himself to you. He exposed himself to me like when I was young, and then again after I got older, some stuff started happening. I got the first round of active addiction, actually, and some other stuff started going on, but God just showed up like, I didn't know where else to reach, and I just went back to my roots, man. God, I always believed in God. He exposed himself to me, when I was a teenager. I seen like green bars around my room. I wasn't hiding nothing. And, but that's a whole nother story, but God's real. But anyway, God is seeing me, I guess, and he's steady, come to me, come to me, come to me, all who are, weary and heavy burden. I'll give you rest. And so I'm like, man, like, how do you come to God again? Like, I've been out the game for so long. And so I'm like, one of the biggest things I need rest from is this job. But that's how, we eating, God. That's how, I provide for the family, like this job. Working every weekend. It don't sound bad, but it's like my kids in the house every weekend, bro. 12 hours, that's on the clock. It's like from the time you get up to the time you get home, man, you might pull a 16-hour day, and ain't no telling what them 12 on the clock finna look like. So it's just, and I did it for years, and I did it good for years. It's just all the money trouble, I guess. And then my kids are getting older, and I'm feeling like I'm losing them. Like this world is vicious. I'm feeling like I'm losing them. I'm trying to keep them, on the right path. But how can I keep them on the right path when I'm not even, on the right path? But the seed's been planted, right? But so anyway, all that's adding up, man. It's not good. It's not good. And so I went to talk to my job, and I was like, hey, look, I might, try to get my retirement money and go ahead and pay them off and, come back. So I'll let y'all know. So I was, trying to find a date. And I had chosen 2 weeks after the time that I crashed out, that I relapsed. 2 weeks after that, I was finna, resign from my job and go and get me like a quick little fast food or just whatever job, something that's not, heavy duty like that, not like a full-time big job, just something small just to pay the bills, bro. Dog, I can't tell you. I wasn't hanging around nobody that did this, my drug of choice. Neighborhood's full of it, though. Neighborhood is full of it, Bruh, but I had, I've dealt with it in the past for a few years, it's hard to get off. And just sitting there in the bed, I wasn't drunk, I wasn't anything. I was just laying in the bed watching TV. And it was like wild hair, that caught that wild hair, bruh. And I took off out the door, like, Greg, you ain't finna go do this, are you? Nah, I ain't finna go do it. Driving up to where I think it might be, asking people, Greg, surely you're not finna do this. No, I'm just out here looking stupid, talking to myself like this. And got it in my hand now and paid for it, got it in my hand. Greg, what are you gonna do when you get back home with this? Like, you're not really finna go back, are you? No, of course not. What are you talking about, go back? I don't know, I'm just looking at it, I'm gonna throw this away. Bruh, right up to the point where I inhaled it. I'm talking like this to myself. Sounds insane. Bro, we know what it was, man. I'm looking for a little peace on the inside. I guess. I've got a hell of turmoil going on. That's just without all the money troubles and, lack of accomplishment or whatever. Then, on top of that, man, it's not good, bro. My life is in shambles. but I look okay. You know, actually, I'm starting to look kind of rough. You know, starting to look kind of rough, starting to be a little noticeable if you know what to look for. I'm talking about at that time. But, man, I did it. And I couldn't believe. I'm talking about, man, they used to say in NA, you just play that tape over. Man, you ain't got to wonder what it's gonna be like this time. Just push play on that tape, you know, just let the tape play. You know, you already got it recorded. You know exactly how this is gonna go. I'm talking about, man, from the time I hit it, bro, it wasn't even out my lungs good. Bam. It's like I just got thrown back in the past, man. Instant. Bam. Yeah, it felt good. Don't worry, don't get me wrong, it felt good, but just instant. Play that tape over. Don't even worry about it. You know this is finna suck. And it was true. It's like, oh, just stop, right? It ain't like that, boy. So, I mean, I guess, you know, depending on whatever. Might be able to, whatever, but the first time for me was hell. Man, hell, absolute hell getting over it. This time was different. I'm learning to respect it more because I was like, oh, I just did this once. I'm not going to do that again. I just did it a couple times. I just did it last week, you know, a couple times last week. I'm not going to do it again. I'm learning to respect it more. Greg, what are you talking about, dog? You've dealt with this before. What are you talking about? You're not going to do it again. Like, yeah, you feel like that, but bro, you remember this last time? What are you talking about? This could get out of hand. Like, all right, right, okay, but it's not. Kind of was the day you went and got it again. Like the second time you went and got it. Like you was out of hand. You was in shambles then, my boy. What are you talking about? You know, so, in isolation, I was just alone, bro. Like, it was just me and the kids. You know, I got some coworkers, they cool, but, you know, we were going to therapy. You know, that's part of me trying to figure out how to talk to the kids. Like, maybe she can get a hold to, you know, tell me how to do it, you know. But, and my therapist, I'm like not really talking to her because she's just trying to make sure she doesn't offend me by, you know, telling me everything she talked to with the kids, talking about with the kids or whatever, which was cool. She was a nice lady. She really was very helpful. But I'm just not getting it out. I'm not getting it out. I'm just carrying it around. But 2 weeks before I was supposed to resign, dog, I crashed out. Healthy as a horse, money in the bank, laying up there watching TV. Not a lot of money, but you know, we good. Just struck out. Like what the, I'm talking about strike out like how you take off leaving. Just striked out. Bruh, for what? Anyway, it happened. You know when you leave, boy, you're looking for trouble. But anyway, I found it. I did. I found it. It was not hard to find. It wasn't hard to find. Devil ain't hard to find, boy. It wasn't hard to find. Hold on. I'll just keep on talking. 8-minute video. But I found it, you know, and I did it. Man, tripping. Here we go. And same thing, bro. I mean, instant. I was supposed to go to work that Friday. You know, I remember I work weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Supposed to go to work that Friday. It was like Tuesday I did it or something. It was like November, the week from the 10th to the 14th. I remember that. The 10th was like a Monday or something. I think I did it on like the 11th, like a Tuesday. Bruh. Did it that day. I think I might have did it the next day, the same little batch. You know, probably threw it away. Oh, yeah. I remember my big mistake. I ate some of it. I was like, oh, I'm not going to do no more of this. And I ate the rest of it. Don't ever eat. Well, I just don't want to say. Just don't do drugs. How about that? And, oh, man, that night was terrible. But anyway, so people are starting to notice, like, I'm playing it off like I'm sick because I'm just, like, laying around the house and everything. And, you know, I'm just telling them I'm sick. My girlfriend and kids, I'm just sick. You know, my daddy's stomach hurting. But, yeah, come on, man. Come on, my boy. You know, and she was, She knew, you know what I'm saying? She knew from a low down way, you know. She should have just went on about her business if she had a good heart, man. Like if I'm screwing up, bro, just go. Like don't, you know, you don't have to do all that. Like just go. But I can say the same for myself, you know. I wasn't like on the level either, so hey, it is what it is. You know, I'll answer for it one day. But so will she. But so I do it. Everybody's starting to see, and like, I'm gonna just say gang stalking starts to happen again. I'm not even gonna get into all that. Try not to, because it's a major part of the story. Like if it was just drugs without the gang stalking, look up gang stalking, bruh. I'd probably be a functioning addict. Probably be a functioning addict. I ain't lying. That dope is the devil. I'm gonna just say the dope. That dope is the devil. It got spirits tied to it, boy. You hit that stuff if you want. Man, that second or third day, it's your ass. Something different start to happen. You know, things start to walk past you that you can't see, but that are there. Anyway, not gonna get into that. So then the gang stalking. I don't even want to, because you sound like a crazy person. Oh, and you're on dope. Oh man, no, you lost your mind. All right. When you are in the world, he that is in the world is also in you. You know, so when you put that stuff in your body, man, and you keep on putting it in and you keep on putting it in, and like it changes, and then other stuff starts to happen. He that is in the world, talking about Satan, is also in you. When you are in the world, he that is in the world is also in you. Man, you start putting that stuff in your body, them substances and them drinks, bro, and stuff start to get the moving and shaking, you know, and you don't understand it. You're the only one seeing it and hearing it. That stuff there, it's there, you know, it's there. It's real, you know, but open yourself up to it. And that dope, boy, that's the #1 seller when it comes to opening yourself up to stuff like that. But anyway, off the rails as soon as I hit it. Like I say, when I went to the dope man house, boy, I was in shambles on the inside. I really was. I was in shambles, toe up from the flow up. Just got my weight up, you know, got a good job and holding down the fort, but really just in pieces, dog. Tried to tell my girlfriend. I don't know why I tried to open up to her. I should have said, hey, look, we're not right for each other. Enjoy your life. That's what I should have said, shit. For real. But, man, just off to the races, just complete train wreck. Can't hide that, bro. You can't hide not sleeping for 2 and 3 days. But anyway, come Friday, time to go to work. You know, about 5 o'clock in the morning, my lip is about this big. I'm talking about that sucker. Ooh wee. Cause I didn't. Now, when I would have been okay if I had not swallowed that last bit. It was way more than I thought it was, and it hit the soft lining of my stomach and just took off like a rocket. It was different from smoking it, man. That don't ever eat them dope. I want to say be more specific when I say dope. I'm gonna tell y'all eventually. I don't know who's gonna watch this video, but probably nobody. But if I wouldn't have ate that last little bit out that bowl, boy, I'd have been okay. I mean, I'd have been a little bit, you know, up for a couple days, shook back real quick. Definitely would have went to work on Friday, regardless of the gang stalking, because they went crazy. They went nuts. Well, I don't know. And, you know, I know how they found out. I don't want to get into that, though, but, you know, just instantly threw right back. You know, I've been here before, but it's just a little different this time, man. And I don't want to say why, but I was fighting for something special then, you know. It was like sometimes, like God knew I needed something tangible down here on earth for when, you know, I start to please my flesh and I'm not leaning on him. You know, I needed something that was hanging in the balance on earth, something precious that if you don't get it right, that's your ass, boy. You can kiss that goodbye. And I just couldn't lose it. Just couldn't lose it. I actually had to give them to God. I gave them to God. I have them now, but I gave them to God. The God in heaven who sent Jesus Christ, the actual God, the true and living one and only God, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. But I gave him to God, and he gave him back to me, knowing I was gonna screw up. He knows the future, you know. Knowing I was gonna screw up, knowing I was gonna backslide, knowing I was gonna, relapse this second time years later. He gave him back to me. Because one thing in my heart has been constant. Through all my atrocities and, the messed up person that I am and trying to get that right, but I have always pointed my children towards the cross. I heard somebody say that, pointing towards the cross. I always want to say that. But I've always pointed them towards Jesus Christ, being the Savior, and God being the one and only God. I mean, he showed himself to me. Like, I have no choice but to, it's like knowing that an umbrella works and you're standing out in the rain and you got a banana, you got a rock, and you got an umbrella and nobody knows what to do with either one of them. And you say, hey, I've used this before. This works great. Here's an umbrella. It's just like, I have no choice but to point towards God. He's real, There is a God, which when he showed himself to me, just through prayer and hella Bible reading and trying and falling and getting back up and falling and getting back up and being attacked spiritually, like not just my paycheck come up missing 3 times. I'm talking about that never really happened. I'm talking about real life spiritual stuff, smoking that dope and spirits starting to move around my house and people starting to do all kind of other stuff, spiritual attack, man. And I just called on God, petrified, horrified, don't know what to do. Ain't never. I mean, you seen that movie, The Truman Show? With Jim Carrey? I've lived it. I'm living it right now. But anyway, yeah, they was Truman showing me. Terrible. Absolutely horrible. They were having a great time. I ain't gonna say almost drove me crazy. But people tried to have me committed though. And the professionals, they got a series of questions, and if you answer them right, it don't matter what kind of crazy shit you say. As long as you answer those 3 or 4 questions right, they will write you off with a clean bill of health. Man, but yeah. So anyway, I swallowed the dope, smoking, swallowing. Like, oh, I ain't gonna do this no more. And that night, off to the races. I mean, man, they running around my house, doing all kind of stuff, and hacking my security cameras, and they just having a great old time, having a ball, letting me know that somebody close to me was in on it, or, putting that out there. I still don't know, but I know, All right, cool. I have already said, the next time this happens, I ain't fighting to death over nobody who don't want to be kept. I swear. My baby mama hit me with a car, broke both my legs, and broke my wrist and jammed up my pinky for life. And I got metal and screws and rods all in my legs and all this. Man, next time something don't want to be kept, and it shows me it don't want to be kept, yeah, like, I'm not fighting for it, I swear. Unless it's, with kids or a good wife, my good wife, like, honestly good. But she won't do that if she's good, right? But I was like, so yeah, nah, I'm gonna let that go. But man, come Friday, bro, I done had the police Friday morning, 5 o'clock, supposed to be at work, way on the interstate. Man, I done had the sheriff all at my house and everything, trying to tell them, look, man, these folks, like, and the messed up thing about it was, okay, yes, I was zapped out of my mind. I was like, I might as well have been a fly inside of a, little fly trap. Man, I was zapped. I was out of there. I was zooted, gone, over with. Wrap it up, bro. Like, why you call the cops? Like, look at you. Man, they finna arrest you. What you talking about? My lip way out here. But,